This is part two of my mixing tutorial. Now I just got done talking about getting your mix started. Now I've actually did a quick mix, and you see all my volume levels are different than in part one. So this is what I've got now. You know you don't want to go ahead and put your effects and all that on your kicks and your snare too early. You want to do that stuff after you've gotten your sound levels mixed. And why I say that is because once you get a good mix and you start turning the gain up, on your limiter and all that, if you've done your effects and EQs prior to that, what's going to happen is you're going to end up going back and redoing all that stuff because everything's going to sound a little different now. And you should wait on that. You should do that after you've gotten the good mix, and you set your limiter on, and now you're turning the gain up and everything's getting louder. And that's when you want to start adding all your effects. And then once you've added all your EQs and all that, you start messing with compression and saturation and the master EQ, all kind of good stuff like that. So I'll go ahead and show you what I've done. And this is with, let me go ahead and bypass that. This is the beat with the limiter off and the gain down. Alright, so you've heard with the limiter on and the limiter off, and you see that my peaks weren't going too far past 0. I think only a couple decibels, but on your final mix after you've done everything, if you're between 2 and 5 decibels, that's still okay as long as it sounds good. If it doesn't sound good, maybe you need to turn it down, or maybe you need to turn some of your volumes down. Make a note, when you're mixing, you should always be turning stuff down. If you're turning stuff up, I don't know, unless something's too low, yeah, you'll turn it back up. But for the most part, you're gonna spend time turning things down, and then everything will sit better in the mix, and you can keep messing with your gain knob as you turn stuff down and tweak it out, applying your effects and EQs. So I use ozone for my limiter and compression and all that. It's a great plugin. If you don't have it, I suggest you find a way to get it. They got ozone 5 out now. It's only like, I think, a couple $100, and let me tell you what, it's gonna make the difference in your mixes. Now, if you really know what you're doing, I mean, you don't necessarily need this plugin, but this is just all-in-one, all-around good plugin. Highly recommend it. So I think that wraps it up pretty much for my part 2 of my mixing tutorial, and I'll go ahead and follow up with EQing and all that in the next video. Peace.